Everybody, good evening. It's Curtis back with a hair experience. And yes, my elbow almost just fell off the table. Anyways, what we talk about here is hair replacements, hair systems, bonding it, cutting it, and cleaning it, installing it, maintaining it, throwing it away, life with it, everything that's involved with a hair replacement. Today's video is going to be called, Is It Worth It? I mean, straight up, is it worth it? And what does it really take to do this? I'm sitting back, I'm going through my YouTube stuff right now, and I'm sitting here at the table just answering questions and things like that. So I figured I'd do a video because I've had emails on this recently, and guys ask me, is it really worth it? That has to do with you. That really does have to do with how you feel about this, how much time it takes, and stuff like that, and I'll go over each piece. But how much time are you willing to allocate to yourself and to the way you look and feel? If you're totally content with being bald, don't do it. I was content with being bald, but I would prefer to have hair. And that's why I am where I am today. Because I wanted hair and I wanted that look. Time that it takes me. Every week, I probably spend 30 minutes on my weekly hairline redo and random touch-ups that rarely ever happen, because I found the bond that works for me and it lasts 7 days. It would probably last longer, but it needs to be clean. The hairline needs to be tidy. So 30 minutes during the week, and then an hour to an hour and a half every other week. So a total of 4 hours a month at most. Guys, 4 hours a month for me is fine, and I work a ton, an absolute ton. That was one of the biggest faults in our marriage, was that I was telling you about in the previous videos, was I'm a workaholic. Guys, the schedule I have, I work 12, 14 hours a day, sometimes 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. So I got 4 hours a month. Is that worth it for me? Yes. When you're going into the early stages of this, it's going to take you longer. You'll probably have an hour to redo your hairline, and maybe 2 hours, maybe down to an hour and a half, your first couple of times. Don't get anxious. Don't get frustrated. Just take your time. Follow the book. Follow the YouTube videos. Get the most knowledge that you can. Knowledge is key to this. It really is. To make it work. Some guys would say that there's no time that's worth it for them. 30 minutes wouldn't be worth it for them. Really? I guess it's some truck driving by my house and the dog wants to bark. Some guys would say that none of this is worth it to them, and I totally understand that. But to me, it's well worth it. I watch, women do their makeup, for instance. It takes them 30 minutes a day. Or to blow dry their hair. It takes 30 minutes a day to style their hair. So they spend an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, doing that per day. Me, to style my hair and do my hair the way it is, takes me about 5 minutes, 8 minutes, if that. And sometimes it takes 10 minutes because it's being a pain in the butt. That's so worth it for me. I mean, honestly, to have my hair the way it is, that is so worth it. Incidents, accidents. I've never ran into any. I mean, knock on wood, I've never ran into anything that made me come out to the public because I had a defect or something with a hairline, or it coming off, or the wind blowing. Nothing like that at all, ever, in over a year of doing this. Financially, is it worth it? Yes, it is. It's going to cost you, depending if you do it at home, it'll cost you $150 a month probably. And if you're tight on your budget, I can understand that being a substantial amount of money. I really can. But to me, if I had to pick up a couple of extra hours or something, to make that work, or maybe skimp down on something to make this work, then I would do it. I really would. So financially, Is it expensive to some? Yes, to some no. But it's at the end of the day, it's worth it for me for that amount of money. It might be $100 a month. Yeah, it's probably closer to 100 a month, to be honest. So back to the, you got financially, mentally, and physically. Mentally, you can't pay for this, guys. You really can't. Um, I couldn't put a price tag on how much I like my hair. I mean, I couldn't put a number on it, but at the end of the day, I thoroughly enjoy it mentally. And the physical part I told you guys, and the financial part I told you guys. So that's what I got. MyHairExperience.com. You get the starter kit there. You can get the ebook there. You can get the starter kit or the ebook by clicking the links below. Top lace 20% off. All that stuff pays for the the channel and helps support the channel, guys. So anyways, that's what I got. Is it worth it? Absolutely, it's worth it. If I ever had problems, I've had anxiety complications, trying to take it off or put it on in the early days. But other than that, no, I've never had problems. Have I ever been called out? No, none of that. So is it worth it? Yes. So you guys know I'm here looking out for you. If you need something, holler. And we'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks.